Hey, good morning. Isaac here. And this morning I'm working on replacing a thermostat. And so hopefully this is useful for you if you are going from a really old thermostat to a newer one. This isn't going to be the latest and greatest smart thermostats, but it'll get you at least from an ancient antique to a contemporary style thermostat. I'm going from this very old American Standard thermostat. It's actually made by Honeywell. And this is a heat only thermostat. There's no air conditioner. We're going to be going from this to a programmable, scheduled Honeywell thermostat. It's not internet connected or anything fancy like that, but it will allow you to program times of day and days of the week that you want the heat to run. Very first thing to do is to pop into the electrical panel and make sure the power is off. As I take this thermostat apart, we'll kind of see how it operates. This thermostat operates with this bimetal strip right here that flexes as the heat in the room changes, and it tips this ball of mercury back and forth. So if the bimetal strip has it pushed that way, then the heater will be turned off, the furnace will be turned off. But if the bimetal strip kind of tips the glass this way, I'm rocking the plate, but the strip would actually move the globe here. So this would be furnace off. When it goes this way, the mercury creates the connection, the electrical connection, and starts the furnace. Here's the new thermostat. And what you'll notice inside is a couple things. First of all, there are a lot of wire connections. And second, this one has batteries that will actually power the thermostat itself. Since there isn't a power supply wire in the wall, there's only the wires to turn the furnace off or on. What you'll see as I pull this out from the wall is that this thermostat just has two wires because this is just essentially a fancy switch that turns the furnace off or on. That's the only two options, open or closed. When you look at the wire connections on the back of this thermostat plate, with all these different options, it might be a little overwhelming since we only have two wires. And to be honest, the instructions that came with this thermostat weren't altogether that helpful because they still didn't explain how to go from a two-wire thermostat to this one. But what you do is you need red, which is your hot coming in, and white. My wires are gray and white, but most of the time it's going to be red, and so R is the one where my gray wire should go, and W is the one where my white wire should go. Again, with the power turned off, I'm going to remove these two wires from the back of the old thermostat. Next step is to install this back plate onto the wall with some screws and anchors if you need them. Okay, with this plate installed, I need to attach these two wires to the proper connections, again, red and white. In this case, my wires are a little long, so I'm going to snip it off shorter. And I'm going to go white. I'm going to go white into white. You see between R and RC, there's that little jumper wire. And since we don't have any air conditioning on this system, I'm going to pull that jumper wire out. I can do that just like I would loosen any wire on this system by undoing those little flathead screws right there. With those screws released, this jumper wire will pull right out. And now this will go into the red slot. And I'll tighten those screws back down again. Okay, pop in a couple batteries. In this case, it takes 2 AA's. And snap it together. I will not bore you with me going through the programming. Okay, I got it programmed. Did I manage it? Yes. Did it make sense? No. So it's time to turn the power back on. And I bumped the temperature up higher in the room, and my heater kicked on, so we have success. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful to a lot of you who are going from a really old thermostat with only 2 wires to something newer. And I assume it's a pretty common problem because there's a lot of thermostats in the world, and surprisingly, the instructions didn't address it. So anyway, if this was useful, give it a like, subscribe, appreciate you.